Do, 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 do. Yo, hop on YouTube, link in bio. We'll get some one-on-ones going. We need personal statement help. Yes, bro. Let's get some people on the YouTube live. Let's do some one-on-one stuff. I need stuff for my channel. PSG or Arsenal, man. I'm not really a football fan, to be honest. I'll be real. I'll be real. I'm only here for med stuff. We got Josiah teaching me maths. Okay, Josiah. Oh, what a guy. Yeah, you can see the UK again. So the UK, you always have to sit it the year of applying. So even if you do really good and you don't get into med school the first time, you always have to resit the UCAT. So yeah, you can always resit it the year after, but you have to apply with that year's score, if you get me. Matt Keel, Josh. So glycogen and starch. So both of them. So if it's a compare, so it's a compare and contrast. So with always compare ones, you got to consider like the biochemistry behind it and the whole structure. So starch is in plants, okay, and glycogen is in humans. So both are insoluble, really good storage molecules. Starch is more 1,6 glycosidic bonds, keyword to use. So that's bonds between the carbon 1 and carbon 6. Glycogen is highly branched and insoluble. So the first mark is insoluble. Second mark, say starch is 1,6 mostly, whereas glycogen is 1,6 and 1,4 glycosidic bonds. And then this is a really good feature of glycogen because it has a high surface area, so it can be hydrolyzed by enzymes really easily, making it a really good storage molecule. Glycogen is also like spherically shaped. Oh, my bad, man, my bad. So glycogen is also like spherically shaped, so a really good storage molecule. I've got a video coming out on GCSE. Basically, get sixes in the subjects you want to study at A levels if you can, and then try and get fives in maths and English. But to be honest with you, let's say you do dog on GCSEs and get really good A level grades, so straight A's, good UCAT, you'll get into med school with that. So yeah, oh, I'm not an EdXL sulfur reducibility test, so I can't really comment on that. I do apologize. For exams, I'd say like if you've got exams coming up, start past paper questions now. So quit learning new stuff. And people try and go into the exams wanting to know 100% of the specification, knowing everything. There's no need for that. Just do what you can do, and just be good at what you already know. Don't bother learning new stuff at this point, I'd say. Yeah, 100% get to Russell Group Uni some of sixes and eights. To be honest though, like Russell, like I say this not going to a Russell Group uni, but this isn't me being biased. Russell Group unis doesn't really matter for med. Like with any discipline you want to go into with medicine, you can get into it with any university provided you put the work in. Most of med, so like with like postgrad jobs, they take your grades into account, they take your CV into account, they take your research into account. So if you get good research, which sure, like Russell Group unis can help you do that, like it'll help a lot. But to be honest, it's all good. Like any uni is decent. But yeah, you can get into Russell Group units with six and eights. Like to be honest, maybe like Oxbridge, they care about straight nines, but apart from that, you're chilling. Right, coordinate bonds. So coordinate bonds are the same thing as dative covalent bonds. So the definition of a coordinate bond is a covalent bond whereby both electrons come from the same element. So a covalent bond is when two elements share an electron, okay? And elements do this in order to get a full outer shell. Elements are more stable when they have full outer shells. So a dative covalent bond is when basically instead of each coming from one electron coming from each element, both electrons come from the same element and it's donated. So a really common example is nitrogen. If you get a periodic table out, nitrogen is the fifth element. It can bond to three hydrogens and then it has two electrons left and it can donate both electrons to a proton or a hydrogen ion, making hydrogen full outer shell because proton plus two electrons makes it full outer shell 2 out of 2. And nitrogen has 5 and it shares 3, making it 8 out of 8. So ammonium ions are an example of that. So just know your definition though. The sharing of a pair of electrons. So a dative covalent bond is a sharing of a pair of electrons whereby both electrons come from the same elemental species. What offers have I got? I'm in med school now, bro. So tissue fluids. So tissue fluids is the idea that we have our blood vessels, and outside of our blood vessels, we kind of have like a fluid going around. So tissue fluid is based off the idea of hydrostatic pressure. So hydrostatic pressure, think of a hose when you do this. So it's different to osmotic pressure. So with hydrostatic pressure, so you have your arteries, you have like your venule end and your arterial end. So these are capillaries. So capillaries is where oxygen exchange happens. So it goes arterial end, capillary bed, venule end. So at the arterial end, there's a this is how you answer the question. Arterial end, really high hydrostatic pressure, which causes water to leave the plasma. So plasma to leave the blood because blood is made of blood cells, white cells, plasma, and platelets. So water leaves, forming the tissue fluid. Large insoluble proteins stay because they can't cross the endothelial barrier. So that happens. Hydrostatic pressure causes water to force out. As you go along, then water will, because there's loads of protein still in the blood, this lowers the osmotic pressure. So the water potential inside the blood at the venule end will be really, really low. And as you know, water always moves from an area of high water potential to an area of low water potential via osmosis. So to start, arterial end, water moves out because of high hydrostatic pressure. It's forced out. Then along, insoluble proteins are kept, makes a low osmotic pressure. So water moves from an area of high water potential to an area of low water potential via osmosis. That's how I'd answer that. You don't need to know about oncotic pressure, no. But it's good you have heard of that. Oncotic pressure is literally, it's like osmosis, but it's like the reverse. So oncotic pressure refers to the concentration of proteins or other non-water features of the blood. So high oncotic pressure would mean lots and lots of proteins. So if something's a high oncotic pressure, water will be likely to diffuse in. So blood at the venule end with loads of insoluble proteins will have a high oncotic pressure. It's a good word to know. So yeah, well done for knowing that. Yeah, I'm a med student. So return of the tissue fluid. Some of it goes in it, some of it goes to the lymph nodes as well, and it's disturbed. They're put around the body. Hardest AS chemistry topic. AS chemistry is not that bad. I think A-level chemistry is a lot harder. And for AS though, I think group 7, the group 7 redox reactions are quite difficult in my opinion. First year med. Med school's changed. Like I think first year med are really good strategies. Like try and study it as like try and get your PBL group. If you're doing PBL, study with your PBL group. Use your previously made ILOs to learn from them. Use textbooks as well. I relied way too much on lecture slides and like YouTube. Textbooks are really good. Make your own questions. That's good. Yeah, I'd say make your own questions, study with friends, and use textbooks for first year med. So heartbeat is initiated and coordinated. Is that for AQA spec? Just to say Chelsea, and then we'll go through it. If it's AQA spec, though, we'll go through that. AQA spec, I can't. So, oh gosh, right. So heartbeat, it all starts at a place called this SAN, sine atrial node. I'll try to think for just GCSE AQA. So, so I don't know how much detail to go into with the heartbeat. Basically, like the flow of sodium causes depolarization, and like anytime sodium moves across a membrane and changes like the concentration of sodium on either side, depolarization happens and action potential happens. So the action potential is generated in a place called the sinoatrial node, and then this is carried over to something called the atrioventricular node. So if you're thinking of a heart, the sinoatrial node's at the top left, and then if it goes along right towards the middle of the heart, and there's a slight delay at the atrioventricular node. And the reason for this, so we have the action potential forming, goes towards the atrioventricular node. The reason we even need action potentials in the first place is because the heart's a muscle. So the depolarization via the movement of sodium across the heart cells causes contraction. So depolarization of the sinoatrial node, atrial contraction, and then it moves into the ventricles. We need a slight delay at this atrioventricular nodes because we want all the blood to enter the ventricles, and then once after the atrioventricular node, it spreads across, we call it the Purkinje fibers and the bundle of His, and basically all the depolarization spreads and it causes contraction of the ventricles, and it's the most effective way. But the key thing to know for A levels is there is a delay at the atrioventricular node, the reason being to allow the ventricles to fill properly. That's the main thing you want to know. Hardest topic year 13 chem, acids and bases, well difficult in my opinion. I think buffers are really difficult, and I think transition metals is quite hard, like the aqueous ions, a lot of memory. A-level bio year 13 content. So get good at the essays, and a really, really good revision tip is if it's AQA, if you're with AQA, you have to do the 25 marker bio at the end, the 25 marker model at the end. So what you should do is go on to get some 25 markers, print them out, you and a friend sit them, plan them, and then sit them, mark each other's, and then kind of explain to each other
your answers, explain to them how you got to them conclusions, explain how you made the answer. And that's called the Feynman technique. It's a great, great technique. One of the best ways to learn, I use it all the time, is when you teach others the content. And there's the old saying, if you teach a 5-year-old something, you can teach anyone it. So that's a really good way to study year 13 content, and it shows you know it. So if you don't actually know it, try and like flashcards are cool, but make sure you actually understand it. So literally the Feynman technique, group study sessions, get on, hop on calls, hop on WhatsApp, get some studying going. What's up, Harley, bro? Yeah, Proton and NMR is so difficult as well in A levels. And like electron potentials as well, yeah, well difficult. A to A start in is it bio, bro? In bio, I'd say get really good in a 25 marker essay, and I've just set out to do that. And something you should do on the exam, go write on paper 3. Everyone who's doing AQA bio, listen to this. On paper 3, go right to the start. When you're answering it, go to your 25 marker, read it, and just give a vague idea of what plan you're going to make. So let's say it's the importance of proteins. As you're answering the paper, you'll start to get ideas. Oh, I can write that. I can write that. You'll get questions on proteins. You can think, yeah, I can fit that in. That's how you should always do it. Always start by reading the 25 marker. Really good tip, that. And just past paper questions. Make sure you do all of the ones. So if you get 13 now, guys, there's been past paper questions on physics and maths tutor since 2018. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because it's up to 2023. So there's 5 past papers, whole past papers per paper, and there's 3 papers. So that's 15 you got to be doing, okay? Oh no, 6 is 6. It's 18. There's 18 past paper questions that should all be completed by the time you sit in your exams. That's how you want to be getting A stars, to be honest. GCSEs effectively. Once again, past paper questions, and at this point, if you're sitting them soon, I would say start to just focus on the stuff you already know, and like, yeah, focus on the stuff you already know at this point, and just try and master that and memorize that, I'd say. And once again, past paper questions, all on physics and maths tutor. When you're marking them, use the mark schemes effectively. So if you don't understand it, ask AI. Go on to like websites with notes. Chem Revise, really good place for chemistry stuff. Do physics now, bro. Year 12 marks. I've got, what did I get in then? I think I got A star AA. And then I think the winter I got A star AA, then summer I got A star A, but then September I got like CCC because they let some people resit in September, but they made everyone do it, and I was studying for the UCAT, so I got pretty mid in that. Luke's leg's cooked, Holly, man. You know that. Like, my little brother broke his leg. Yeah, he's done with. GCSEs effectively, make a timetable. Biggest tip for you lot out there, right? Honestly, get like a little notepad and a timetable and start revising from that. Like, write down what you're going to do and questions you have, things you want to go over, and don't forget it. Get a little notepad. The best thing ever. I even have one today, right? Get a little notepad for yourself. Let's get some people on the YouTube link as well. Link in bio. We can do some calls over on the call on that. I'm on live on YouTube. Link in bio. On the wall, it's like quotes and that. Questions are weird. Yeah. So hop like, if you got any examples, hop on YouTube and we'll go through some if you want. Talk about how to read the questions, how to answer them. Because I know what you mean. Some of the questions, it says like explain, describe. I'd say the biggest thing is if it's like one with statistics and one with a graph and it says explain, always use data the question gives you to back your answer up. What were your A level and AS grades? A levels I got A star, and AS I got predicted A star, A. I have a biomark in 2 days. Am I cooked? I need an A. Depends, man. How's stuff going with that? Like, best way to do it now at this point would be just go over the questions you already kind of know. So I wouldn't bother learning new stuff at this rate. Once again, sit a past paper, see how you do. Remember the stuff you get wrong, revise over them. Watch videos and the stuff you get wrong. Keep on going over that, yeah. Application bio questions. So application bio questions, they're only ever going to ask you questions of stuff you have learned. So let's say the paper's like chronological. So usually it starts with biological molecules and then it goes on to topic 2, so enzymes. So let's say it's an application question in topic 2. What you're going to need to do is you're going to want to think, what are they actually trying to quiz me on here? They're not going to quiz you on like genetics if it's in topic 2, are they? So think what they're actually going to quiz you on so you don't write the wrong thing down. And if it's an application question, just really think about what have I actually learned and how can I apply it? So if it's to do with enzymes, think, right, Application. What's the role of an enzyme? It's to catalyze a reaction, lower the activation energy. It's going to hydrolyze bonds. Try and use these keywords and spam out the keywords. And they're only going to ask you questions of things you have learned about. Okay, don't forget that. Only questions you've learned about, and try and apply what you've been learning about. I've got A star, A star, A in A levels. Online work experience. For med, if you want online work experience, Brighton and Sussex Medical School do a really good free one, and there's paid ones as well. But yeah, Brighton and Sussex Medical School, way to go. Private physio if you want to be a doctor, yeah, sure. Literally right with work experience, any relevant work experience would be in a healthcare setting. So the gold standard ones are care homes, GPs, and hospitals. Now, care homes are realistic. All of you can get care home work experience if you want to. Just email every care home in the area, pester them, say you want to get into med school, and they will fold eventually. However, GPs and hospital settings, I appreciate like you can't always get them. Hospital settings, like you can sometimes because going to the local hospital trust and it might say how to get it, but they are difficult. So what I would say for them is you can get online work experience. The Medical School Council, the MSC, are the people who regulate all of the medical schools and like what you need to get in, and they themselves said online work experience is equal to in-person work experience. So get some online work experience. Brighton and Sussex Medical School do it for free. Okay, it's free, and the most important thing about like any work experience is reflected upon it. If you go into a private physio and you see the person maintaining confidentiality, you see them like following guidelines, following rules, respecting the patient, communication, then you've learned something. So you say what you saw, why it's good for the NHS, and how you have it. That's how you should structure all of it. A stars were in chemistry, biology, and psychology, and the A was in chem. Bro, chem is so difficult to get an A star in. If any of you lot are getting that, fair play. Yeah, I'm studying to be a doctor. GCSEs, 3 9s, 3 8s, 3 7s. These are MX3s. I had MX4s, but I lost them. So I'm back with the sellotaped MX3s again, man. Well peak. You got a bad memory. So no one has a bad memory. Like, get on some flashcards. So if memory really is an issue, I recommend a website called Anki. So Anki is flashcards. However, it's like smart flashcards. So most flashcards, you kind of just do the ones you're good at. What Anki does is it forces you to do the ones you're bad at. So it forces you to do the ones you're really bad at. So that's kind of the idea of memory involves two things: it's active recall and spaced repetition. And if it's forcing you to do ones you're really bad at, that is both active recall, you have to say out loud, and spaced repetition. So get on Anki, I'd say. Yeah, the A stars are in psychology and biology. Postgrad med, 100% is worth it. Loads of people in my area do postgrad med. Over half of people don't get into medicine first time applying. So postgrad med, really, really valid option. Get a degree beforehand, and something really good as well. After medicine, you need research to get into, like, to land a lot of the high up jobs. You want research, and with postgrad med, if you, let's say you do like a bioscience degree beforehand, you already do your research. So what's sick about that is you literally do 3 years of research, do medicine for 5 years, and then what people like me might be doing who have just gone in straight from A levels is you do your med, and I might have to do a few years of research. So it kind of equates out actually. So postgrad med's sick, yeah, 100% do it. Yeah, it takes 5 years to be a doctor. So that is, yeah, it is long, man. You're not wrong. %91 in chem. That's bonkers. I know the AQA, when I sat it in 2023, it was 85%. And I think I got 10 marks off, which is like quite a bit. So I was a comfortable A, but I was far off. A levels to medicine, the job's not bad at all. Like med school is not that bad. The only bad thing is it's just the volume of content. So I would say sometimes in med school, like 1 week of knowledge is genuinely about a month worth of knowledge at A levels. Yeah, like honestly, there's a lot of content, but like the actual stuff, what's actually hard? There are a few hard. I think the heart is a little bit hard, but it's nothing crazy. So I don't think anything's like too ridiculous at med school, man. No, I didn't go to Loretto College. But yeah, you're okay. If you get like an A, or if you get an A, I think A level biology, it really helps with medicine. So people who don't sit it, you can still get in, and med schools don't require it. They require, most med schools require chemistry, but you're gonna struggle with that biology. It's well handy. Always comes up with stuff. Join YouTube Live as well. Try and get some people on. No, I didn't do A level maths. I didn't do A level maths. Sadly, with A levels, just choose the ones that you're gonna get the best grades in. Like a lot of people choose maths and that, but I'd say just do the one, like choose chem, biology, and then the third one, the one you're gonna get good in. If I get a few nines, oh yeah, bro, a few nines, sevens, and eights, perfect grades, man. That's just better than me. So yeah, you're 100% getting. What matters the most is your A level grades and UCAT. So you get good A level grades, good UCAT, you're gonna stand out. So yeah, perfect grades then. Well done. Keep it up, bro. Good luck in your A levels. GCSEs, I got 3 nines, 3 eights, 3 sevens. Let's get some people on the YouTube as well. Link in bio. I'm live on there. We can talk over there. 100%, bro. Yeah. To be honest, though, like please don't die. Never mind. It means a lot, bro. When do I study? What time? Like you have loads of time off in med school. So today I've not studied. Well, I did like an hour before anatomy. Did a bit of pre-reading, but like it's at night time. So yeah, like when have you got the time really? So I try and get about 4 hours a day in though. That's a good amount, I'd say. Like on school days, you try and do 4 hours. Or uni days, you do 4 hours, and then weekends, like I'll try and do about like towards exams. Like now, I try and get like an 8 hour day in. But I take days off. Like I haven't done anything today. Or not major. Maths, chem, bio, yeah, perfect. If you're confident you're going to get the A in maths, then do it. I was unconfident about getting the A in maths, so I did psychology, and psychology is kind of like an easy A star. So yeah, it's maths is if you like it as well, then you're chilling because you're going to study what you like, aren't you, bro? So 3 nines, 3 eights, 3 sevens for GCSEs. Yeah, I do tutoring. I do tutoring at med school. I tutor 8 people a week, and then I like make TikTok videos for this company. So yeah, I mean, tutoring's sick. If you get into med school, be a tutor. Honestly, Tutor Hunt's a sick website, and so Superprof. That's Tutor Hunt and Superprof. Basically, like you put your A level grades in, and yeah, you can get a decent salary from that, and it's like really rewarding as well. Like you can help people get into med school, just build yourself up a bit. Really helps you with like communication skills. It's a sick job, honestly. Get onto tutoring. If you get good A level grades, do tutoring. It's really flexible as well. Recommend it a lot. Last minute advice with Chem Bio. You're A star, bro. Just you're A star. You know, like just do what works for you. Like clearly, whatever you've been doing is working really well. So why change it up? Whatever I say, it might mess you up. So just yeah, keep up what you're doing. I don't want to say anything because clearly you're doing something right, aren't you? So yeah, if you get A stars now, well done. Just congratulate yourself. Keep working hard. Don't get too comfortable. Make sure you read the full question. That's what people don't do enough. Read the full question. That's something. Maths is the easiest A level. Subtle flex. Yeah, 100% it's time for a part-time job. 100%. You have loads of time at med school. Like, I appreciate it gets bad when you get into like clinical years, like third and fourth year and fifth year. Like you're locked in then. But yeah, I mean, I'm tutoring like I'm tutoring more than like, including like planning lessons, more than like 12 hours a week, and then that's on top of like hobbies, going gym and that. So you got bare time. Yeah. Just gotta sort it out. Let's get some people on the YouTube live as well. I want to talk to people over there. Yeah, maths and sociology 9. Yeah, fair play, man. I respect it. I took Jake. I took Chem Bio and Psych. Mechanisms. Yeah, like if you want to help with mechanisms, go on to Go on to Chem Revise. They have a really good mechanism summary on there. Learn all of that. Just write all the mechanisms out, then cover it, and then go over it from there. Let's get some people in the YouTube as well. Link in bio. Talk over there. If I get a couple of sixes. Yeah, sixes is calm. Like genuinely, or even straight sixes is fine. What matters the most is good A levels and good UCAT. And good UCAT more, to be honest. Like I know one lad I teach, he got in with like ABB on contextual. So ABBs, it's good A levels, but a lot of med schools like require a lot higher. So UCAT matters a lot, in my opinion. But to be honest, even if you get like a bit of a washed UCAT, you can still do really well. Like, yeah, genuinely, you don't need some crazy UCAT either. It needs to be very balanced. Med school and personal life, get a timetable and stick with it. And like, don't waste your time studying stuff you don't need to do. So like in exams, like, oh, what can I say? Like in exams, there'll be some stuff like you're just gonna firm the marks, you're not gonna know it. So like anatomy, for example, like if I was to study that, I'd spend hours and hours and hours like learning just like Latin names. Whereas just I admit I'm gonna lose like 10 marks in my exam on not knowing my anatomy stuff. And then logically, the teacher had to answer multiple choice. So I'll probably get like 3 of them right. So I'll lose 7 marks in anatomy, but that saves me like 50 hours. So it's about smart studying. Grade 5 in English is chill. I'd say like with mechanisms, the basis behind it is like break down the word. So if it's electrophilic, electro means electron, phile means to love. So it's electron loving. So it's going to basically, electrons are going to go towards it. So the arrow always points towards it. And the biggest thing about mechanisms is arrows mean electron movement. So in nucleophilic substitution, for example, nucleo means nucleus, and in the nucleus is positive. Phile means to love, so it's positive loving. So let's say like OH minus, the hydroxide ion, the arrow is going to start at the hydroxide, and it indicates movement of electrons. That's the biggest thing you want to know. Go gym. Don't waste your time watching me. Go gym now. You got time. Come on. Leave the life. Yeah, so you get contextual offer, then you're chilling, aren't you? So contextual offers are sick. Because the oftentimes lower the A-level grades, but then sometimes as well, like you still need the good UCAT. Some contextual offers guarantee you an interview as well, which is a very, very good spot to be in, because if you max out your interview skills, and I'll get some interview videos out towards the time, then you're going to do really well. And interviews are like very systematic. If you have the right training, you can basically anyone can pass them if you do it properly. Financial stability, you got to like get a side job, you got like student finance, you know what I mean? But tutoring, honestly. In my opinion, like go to the college that like will have the best, like that has the best A-level grade. So like you can obviously go to the one that has contextual offers, but if you don't think the teaching will be as good, if you think you might struggle there as much, if you get less support there, I personally wouldn't recommend it. But it's your choice at the end of the day. With A-levels, you can do well at any college you go to if you apply yourself, but some colleges might push you more, they might have better resources and might make your whole journey easier. But truly, if you try hard enough, you can do well. You can do well anywhere. So yeah, like if the local one isn't great, like consider going to one. I mean, mine was 13 miles away, but like it was a lot better than my local one. But to be honest with you, yeah, it's either way. Going, go on, man. But the thing with them, like the thing with these ones with like ranked one in the UK and that they have really good support to get you into med school as well. Like they'll basically just hand it to you. So yeah, you kind of chill in with that. Full-time course like electrician, yeah, do it, man. I mean, don't really know much about electricians, but yeah, do it if you want. Sounds good. So after 2 years med school, then foundation. So then you are like, then you can start applying for training posts. So training posts are very competitive. Most of them are about 5 applicants to 1 place. So you want to be a lot better than everyone else. And the hard thing about training posts is you kind of have to say in the interviews like why I want this job and why I am better suited to this job than the other 4 applicants. So oftentimes, like if you've got through med school, the applicant's going to be very solid, and to like differentiate yourself, you have to have research or you have to have like done something very significant to prove that you're really good at what you do. So Yeah, that's kind of, you can go anywhere afterwards, really. If you do get the research and put the work in, you can do anything. But training posts are really competitive, and the NHS isn't in the best state right now. Nah, I don't do physics, my guy. Sorry. It's very good medicines. Yeah, exactly. That's why it's so good. And then when you have that support, it's a lot easier. Like you don't have to worry about going out there and getting help from like external sources because the school will sort you out and they get people in every year, so they know what they're doing. It's handy when it's like that. Let's get some people on the YouTube though. We can have chats over on YouTube if you want. Yes, my guy. Thank you very much. Yeah, all med schools EPQs are sick for. Reason being, in medicine, so with a medical application, you kind of want to prove that you know about medicine and like the role of a doctor. And the good thing about like EPQs is it shows research. And in med school, you're expected to research, and there's basically no way of doing research apart from doing an EPQ. So EPQs are a really good way to get into research. I recommend them a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. Really, really good. Cryopreservation, yeah, very interesting. And you don't even have to link to medicine, really. I mean, if it links to medicine, cool. But even if it doesn't, what matters is like you showing research skills, and that's what matters the most. So, best way to reflect on that in a personal statement is to say, I was at like a handover meeting, or like I saw this online GP placement, and I realized how much research is involved in medicine. Medicine's a constantly evolving field and requires all this new research and up to date knowledge. This excites me, and I've proven I can do research by my EPQ, something like that. And it just shows you can actually do it. Chelsea supporter, yeah, back in the day, man. Grilling. Is grilling, oh man, is grilling the one that makes you hungry? Let me check. Yeah, grilling's a hunger one. Yeah, grilling's good. It's good. How you doing, Luke, man? Yeah, I'm chilling. I'm chilling, bro. Good luck in the exam. Let's get some people on the YouTube live as well. Link in bio. Let's just chat over there. Go on, comment. Go on, link in bio. Maybe a surgeon. I'm very interested in orthopedics. Orthopedics is cool, so maybe try and get some research in there for good postgrad jobs. Let's get some people on YouTube though. I want to chat, give some like exam stuff out, anything. Second, yes. Mechanics A level, didn't study it, bro. I'm very sorry. Which med school? At Kiel, bro. Let's get people joining the YouTube. Link in bio. I need some content. Come on. Link in bio. Join the YouTube. Let's have a chat live. I need some content for the channel badly. Med still this year. You don't need to do any pre-reading, so don't bother with any of that. Just enjoy your summer. And just use your PBL group to study. Study with your PBL group, all of that. Yeah, make sure you study with your PBL group. Stay on top of stuff. Use textbooks. Textbooks are really good as well. So yeah, I'd say that. Let's get some people on the YouTube live though. Bro, these headphones are crusty. I've had them for years. Let's get, please, someone join the YouTube. I need some stuff for the channel. Link in bio. I'm live on there. Oh, we need callers on YouTube. Come on. Any help on YouTube? One-on-one. I've literally got that video coming out. I'm not even joking. I might post it after this, you know. Getting a U, it's simple. Just, yeah, don't study. Yeah, you know, I'm going to post a video after this, actually. I got to bounce soon, though. I've got teaching in a few minutes. Silence is loud. Huh? That's a bio. YouTube content on the Picky Mark scheme. Especially content with the Picky Mark scheme. Like, just spam keywords. If mark schemes are picky, I'd say spam keywords. So an example is like in GCSEs, you say water moves via osmosis. In A levels, you want to say water moves from an area of high water potential to an area of low water potential across a partially permeable membrane via osmosis. So it's about like spamming out your keywords almost. Tutor online, bro. Second year. At Keo, my guy, Keo Med School. Yeah, I did AQA level bio. It's not too AQ. I feel like bio's okay. Like the marks, the grade bound, it was only like 71% in A star. It might even be 69. So, bro, you want free tutoring? Come on the YouTube, link in bio. I'm literally help anyone out. Link in bio. Come on, it's free right now. Go on my TikTok. Go on the link. Join the call. How much does it cost to tutor online, bro? You can set your own prices, so whatever you want. But the more experience you get, you can start charging like more, obviously. But you want free tutoring? Hop on. Here we go, Tom. Hop on. Click the link. We'll get a call going. I don't go Oxford, bro. I do not go Oxford. Oh, that's rap. Yeah, I need to actually get the YouTube going somehow. Let's end that. Right, GG.